I'm pretty sure most of you already know that your food, makeup, cleaners, and other personal care and household items you use on a daily basis are poisoning you.
Toxic.
Toxins.
Toxic.
Toxic chemicals.
There might be some toxic chemicals in your makeup.
You spray, slather, and brush them on every day, but do you know what's in the beauty products you use?
PFAS, or per and polyfluoroalkyl substances, man-made forever chemicals.
These preservatives have been associated with an increased risk of breast cancer.
University of Notre Dame scientists tested more than 200 beauty products and found nearly half contained high levels of these toxic chemicals.
Well, the bad news is that no one is really looking out for you when it comes to personal care products.
Someone that's been around someone who had cancer and like passed away very recently, it's on my mind. And I'm not saying this to scare you or like make you feel guilty about what you're doing. This video is not sponsored. I'm not getting paid to say any of this stuff. I just want to encourage you to care about yourself and like raise the bar, raise your standards a little, be more selective. This is a form of protest against the government, against the FDA, against these greedy, abusive corporations that are poisoning us and still profit on a daily basis. I was really big on drugstore makeup and skincare to save money, obviously, as a college student. But I'm finally throwing out my old makeup, skincare, and personal care items and just like sharing the steps I've been taking, baby steps that I've been taking to transition into low tox and non-tox alternatives. So not just for beauty, but in various areas of my life. So a lot of these chemicals hidden in our products are affecting us in ways we don't realize. And when you do switch to like better, cleaner products, there's no guarantee that they're always going to be good or like low tox or non-tox, because a lot of these clean brands get bought out by big corporations all the time. So this is like less about like specific brands and like the harms that these people are doing and like just like a mindset shift. The goal is to just become more of an informed consumer. And I'm not going to be going into all of the science about every chemical. Research is still being done, and what is a perfectly fine and normal chemical to use today might tomorrow be another carcinogenic toxin that is causing cancer and ruining people's lives. Do the best that you can. Use your best judgment. These apps are literally not perfect. Try not to be too much of a perfectionist or like beat yourself up about it if you can't like do all the things that I'm doing. I can't even do all the things that I'm doing because a lot of these low tox and non-tox alternatives are literally so expensive. So, you know, it's just one of those things that being more aware, you can start to make baby steps toward being more clean. What I have started doing. Number one, I started to make my own deodorant. I will link all of the recipes that I use down below, but I use baking soda, arrowroot, and like essential oils. Now, just so you know, clean deodorants are not antiperspirants, which means you will sweat, which is normal. Your body needs to sweat. So don't interfere with that process. A lot of these low tox deodorants are very expensive, so making your own at home is definitely a good way to start. I started making laundry detergent because there are endocrine disruptors in laundry detergents. So I started using baking soda, borax, and like Castile bar soap. If you have asthma or allergies, you might want to wear a mask when you're mixing these ingredients together. The third thing I did was I started making my own toothpaste. Well, you can use baking soda, mint, or even like charcoal. Keep in mind though that these products do not have the same lifespan as like shelf toothpaste because there's a lot of preservatives and stuff that's bought in a store. So just make sure you throw it out when it's not good anymore. How do I actually decide whether something's low tox? So there's this collective called the Environmental Working Group, EWG, that evaluates products. There's also the Yuka app. There's another app for cleaning products called like Think Dirty. I've made a habit like every time I go to the store to make sure that the Yuka app is downloaded to my phone and I'm scanning things. But I will say, disclaimer, once again, don't make this thing your guiding force, okay? Also use your higher judgment. Do your own research, especially if you have allergies or intolerances. You need to like look this stuff up yourself. Don't just trust the Yuka app, because I've literally brought something home before, like a daily cleanser, and it said it was decent in the store, but a couple of weeks later I scanned the same item and then it said this new chemical has been linked to whatever, and I was like, oh great. So this research is still ongoing. If you think something is good, don't just run with that, and also just take this information with a grain of salt. I also wanted to go through what I'm using absolutely right now. This Dr. Teal's deodorant, it smells so fucking good. It's not fully vegan, I'm sorry, there's milk in this, but like it smells so fucking good, and it actually like makes you smell good. I use this Burt's Bees makeup removing wipes. These tested really good on the Yuka app, at least at the time in which I tested them. I threw out most of my Ordinary, but this is just the organic rose hip seed oil. I've been using this for years actually. I use this as a moisturizer. Recently, I've been testing out this brand Mad Hippie though. They sell them at my local co-op and they also have them at Wegmans and Whole Foods. This is really solid. I don't have any acne. I'm not having any issues using their products, their moisturizers instead. It's like a really good natural skincare option. But also like just having a balanced diet, regular sleep, regular exercise, drinking enough water. This was from my local apothecary. They had like a little workshop and they told us how to make face masks at home using herbs. So I thought that was really cool that you can also do natural skincare that's literally all natural, straight from the earth. I have been using Ilia. This is a brow gel and I also have their mascara somewhere in here. Ilia is a good brand if you're trying to do clean makeup, clean beauty. Ilia have their concealer as well. I replaced my Fenty foundation for this. It's called Say and it's their slip tinted moisturizer. It's basically sunscreen and a tint as well. And so I've just been using this. This tested really good as well. None of these are perfect, but they tested way better than Fenty. Fenty was literally so bad. And so when I found this, I saw a girl talking about this online. I'll link the video down below, but I ended up getting this. There's literally only like 4 shades. It's not that great. They need to become more inclusive, but I also use this Kosas, and what I want to mention is like these brands are not necessarily clean all across the board. These are specific products that I scanned and looked up and found out that they were decent, that they didn't have toxic stuff in it. This is a pretty good eyebrow pencil. I like it because a lot of clean beauty products aren't necessarily good like makeup wise, but this one is, I like this. Problem with Kosas is that like the whole brand itself is not necessarily completely clean. It's kind of like a low tox brand. I was using Elf, I think, or Maybelline or something like that, and I traded that for this, so that's good. This is a cheek and lip tint that I also found from that girl's videos recommendation. I don't remember her name. I'll link her channel down below, but it's called Ari Perez, and it's a beetroot cheek and lip tint. I think there is a toxic ingredient in this, but I believe when I looked it up, it said that it was okay if you're applying it to your skin because the particles are like too big to enter your pores or something like that. While there is a downside to it, it's not like gonna harm you really. The biggest one that won out, the majority of what's in my bag, my makeup bag right now, is Ilia. For skincare purposes, Mad Hippie. It's easy to feel paralyzed when you start learning about things like this because you do go down this rabbit hole and like suddenly everything is toxic, everything is poison, everything you know is a lie. At the end of the day, these companies really don't care about your health, okay? They don't have to. They're gonna make money however they can make it. So you really have to like formulate your own values. And for me, what that means is doing my research before I buy something, not just grabbing whatever is cheap and convenient and like taking the extra step to like do a quick Google search. What I talk about on my channel, essentially, it's really just about taking control of your reality. And that includes taking care of your physical body. So instead of feeling helpless or paralyzed, I am taking accountability and taking the steps to make these changes. Unless you're like a neurotic person like me and is going to like scan everything with the Yuka app in the store before buying it, all you can do is like research and try your best to limit the toxins that you're bringing into your household, especially if you have kids or pets. If you're in the process of transitioning to a cleaner lifestyle, let me know in the comments down below. I'm gonna be perfectly honest, I saw a lot of videos of white girls talking about this, but I saw like maybe one video of a black woman talking about this, and I wanted to find my shade and I couldn't, so I just wanted to add to the noise and contribute to the discussion. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next one.